9 between I-74 and Baker Road is closed in both directions and could be that way for several hours because of this crash. This is a picture of the scene right now. At this point, we don't know the extent of the crash or injuries, but we do know it involved a tractor trailer and another vehicle. Officers are redirecting traffic off the highway, and you should avoid the area. It's easy to see how it's impacting the afternoon commute on our traffic map. We'll let you know when we get new information, and as always, our app followers will get the newest information first.
Switching gears, referees are blowing the whistle for concern because retention is low. Right now, there's a shortage of referees, and it has one Greensboro official booking agency feeling that strain.
Retention is a major problem. We try to bring back as many as possible, but right now, yearly, we're probably bringing it back about 70%. So we're just trying to get the numbers up. And if we're having struggles with providing officials for high school, you can only imagine the challenge that's presented for providing them for youth sports.
Larry King is the owner of Integrity Sports, and his main job is recruiting and training these referees. He partners with the YMCA in Greensboro, assigns officials for JV and middle schools for the Triad Basketball Association, and works hand in hand with the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. The groups are trying to come up with creative ways to manage the demand for more refs. He says they've had to play earlier in the week and start or delay seasons. As winter rolls in, it only gets more difficult because of the holidays, and more sports are being played between intramurals, youth leagues, and school events. He says there is a major reason behind why they're struggling to retain good officials. It's the fans in the stands.
Spectators has become almost unbearable. You never know what to expect. I get phone calls constantly from officials just stating that, you know, they may need a break. They need to take some time off just because of the abuse that's taking place.
Now, King hopes that spectators, parents, and coaches are aware of their reactions, more or less, given these games, and that kindness goes a long way. And also, of course, they're still looking for more referees, so you can find the link on our website for that information if you're interested.
I've seen it all.
Yeah.
I mean, at all these games with kids, I've seen parents get out of control. I've watched the refs before to see how they handle it because, you know, people are trying to get up in their face. Most of them completely ignore them and keep going, and that really is the best thing you can do. Or just like, you know, sir or ma'am, I got to continue with the game.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't either.
It's just a shame that, you know, the parents are more passionate about the game, I mean overly passionate about the game, than the actual players are.
Yeah.
I mean, and they think their kids are going to be, you know, the next all-star, and unfortunately, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
For the vast majority of the kids.
A Tom Brady only comes along once in a
Right.
blue moon.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yes.
Well, you heard us talk, right, about spectators being rowdy during youth sports. So we asked you on Facebook, in the stands, should parents be less involved in these games? And here were some of your responses. We had Bobby, who says when it comes to emotions, they certainly should be less involved. Parents should be respectful to each other and set examples for all of the kids playing, not just their own kid. It's sad to watch the kids breaking up arguments and fights between their own parents while they maintain total control over their emotions, kind of like we talked about. Then we have John, who says, my parents were always at my games, which is great. They cheered, but no negative comments. Today, there seems to be more parental interference at times. Let the kids enjoy. And we had another viewer who said parents need to be positive and encouraging to players, no heckling or negative comments.
All right, well, some changes in our forecast, you know, kind of up and down with our temperatures here. We do have a little bit of a slow warming trend that'll be over the next couple of days before a front will move through by the end of the week. That'll bring some rain, and on the backside of that front, cooler air starts to slip in. The rain probably moving through on our Friday. So Friday night, maybe a little suspect, but I think by the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, even though it'll be cooler, we'll see some decent conditions. This is comfortable. Today was great. 63 in Greensboro, 64 Burlington and High Point. You've got 64 in Winston-Salem, Mount Airy in the upper 50s at 59, and we're warming up to 65 for Troy in Montgomery County. Tonight, mostly clear skies, some mid-40s for your startup temperatures tomorrow morning, and then 68 degrees. This is really nice day. I think Wednesday, Thursday could be two of the better days temperature-wise as we see those upper 60s and getting getting close to 70 degrees. No rain here for now. We're all pretty clear, waiting for a frontal boundary that'll be moving through. You can see the high pressure back to our west. That'll keep us nice and comfortable over the next couple of days. It's the next frontal boundary that moves through. You can see it on the left side of your screen there. That'll finally bring that rain. You can see that on our 7-day forecast as we look at this. Until we get there, you're talking about upper 60s, close to 70. That'll be for Wednesday and Thursday with lots of sunshine there, and then that rain coming in Friday and a cooler and clearer weekend.
New at 4, we're learning new details about a fire at Bennett College last week. 19 students have been forced out of their dorm rooms because of it.
College leaders say a fire broke out in the Murner Hall last Friday night. No one was thankfully injured. Greensboro fire crews were able to extinguish the fire quickly and make sure all of the students were accounted for. Officials say it was caused by an air conditioner unit that sparked in one of the rooms. They say most of the room where that fire started is a total loss, and much of the resident halls, 2 floors, suffered smoke damage. We spoke to the parent of one of those students that were displaced.
I have not had any sleep. We're just distraught because my daughter's calling me, hysterically crying, I understand, they've had everything handed to them up until this point, first time away from home and not unsure of what the next steps look like. And mom and dad is not there to guide them. So me and my husband are just keep reminding her that, you have your life, all those materialistic things can be replaced.
All the students have been moved to a nearby dorm. The school says it's working to provide the necessities to students affected.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. One man is dead after a double shooting in Greensboro. It happened last night just before 8 off Golden Gate Drive. Police say 20-year-old Tyrus McNeil died from his injuries. Investigators believe someone shot McNeil and another 20-year-old who is currently in stable condition at the hospital. The shooting is being investigated as a homicide. Police haven't shared any information about a suspect.
The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office is giving us a rare look inside its detention center as it prepares for improvements. In the next 3 months, the jail will get upgraded locks because leaders say the old locks are easy to compromise. We also got an update on jail staffing. The Sheriff's Office says it has 101 vacancies out of 250 total positions.
Set your alarm clock right now. Tomorrow morning, the Winston-Salem Police Department will be handing out steering wheel locks for Kia and Hyundai car owners. You'll remember earlier this year, the vehicles gained a lot of attention after several stories came out about people stealing these cars. This will be the department's second giveaway. The first one, earlier this year, was over in minutes. Officers will be giving away 240 locks, which are first come, first served. The giveaway will be at the Winston Mutual Building on East 5th Street. It starts at 7 a.m.
The Brenner's Children's Museum in downtown Greensboro has been a must-stop place for kids and parents for decades. I know my kids loved it. But this week, there's a chance for the quote-unquote older kids to take over. I spoke with Marketing Director Jess Clifford to find out about the adult Halloween event happening this Thursday. Well, I could make a bad joke like, you know what it's time for? Just did it. Jess is with us today from the Children's Museum. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
You guys are getting excited. This is a big deal. Tell us about this event because it's not like, I've seen the galas in the past, which we can show you some pictures of that, but this is different, right?
Yeah, this is completely different. It's for 21 and up, so it's focusing on some of those younger children that are still a little bit older than I guess you would say the youngest of children that are here. But it is going to be such a blast. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have Little Brother Brewing here. We're going to have a bunch of different kinds of games and things like Pop the Balloon for a prize. We've got some fun prizes. We'll have tarot readings. We're going to have some crafts from Reconsidered Goods who is coming out. So it's a huge community effort to put this together.
And this is what I love about this is, like you said it best, like everybody's inner kid, right? No adult has been here and said, I don't want to do that, because even as adults, we want to get on that airplane and like talk a little bit about that, because that's part of the draw.
Oh yeah, for sure. So a lot of people actually come up here and say, hey, can I come in? And we're like, it's for children and families only, but you can definitely take a tour. So this is a time where people can come in and just enjoy themselves and do it in a way that is kind of adult friendly. You know, there's going to be food trucks, there's going to be alcohol here, but it's going to be a fun time. So yeah.
Well, and also, I think of this as you're reaching out to the next generation because the younger folks eventually will have their own kids and bring them here too. So.
Oh yeah, we're catching them early.
That's right. Smart marketing right there. Jess, thanks for letting us in today.
Of course.
It's going to be fun. It's fun because, you know, it's Hunter was saying, she goes, I want to go because I think children's museums are not just for kids. Parents love it too. It's so much fun.
I know I kept saying I was going to borrow your kids so I could just
Borrow
go there
one.
because I keep driving by and I'm like, one, that playground looks real fun and I know I probably can't use that because it's a little tiny, but I was tempted.
Well, like they have an actual police car and the fire truck, and they have the front part of an actual airplane that you can get in.
That's
and
so cool.
It's really cool. So this is adults only. It is Thursday night. We'll put the information on our website, but tickets aren't that expensive. Don't quote me. I think they're $10 a person, and it's just going to be a blast. Games and giveaways.
Knowing that, you know, you've had a couple of rounds of kids and you've gone through a lot of these different places, it's probably nice to go just as an adult without the kids because you can take the time to see some of the different things. You're not completely at
yeah.
Making sure they're okay.
Right.
And you actually get to play with the stuff just like the kids do. So I think it'd be a blast.
Yeah.
Is there a weight limitation on
We should
those?
take the 4 to 5 on the road there.
Ooh, that'd be so fun.
Yes.
Children's Museum. All right, we'll think about that and we'll be right back.
I thought you said the Chilton.
I did too.
As artificial intelligence advances, so does technology to detect what is real and what isn't.
Yeah, today we are introducing you to a new AI detecting tool and why experts believe it may be hard to keep up with that technology.
As a professional music producer and songwriter, Steven Stahl is concerned about the impact artificial intelligence could have on his industry.
Instead of having to come up with a great song on a guitar or a piano, you can just prompt in, hi, I want to write a song like Halo by Beyonce.
Stahl and a technical partner created I Spy, an app he says can detect speech and audio authenticity.
I wanted to know if I was listening to an AI vocal or a human vocal.
Hey there, it's Danya.
After taking a sample of my voice, he showed how AI can recreate my voice to sound exactly like me.
Hi, my name is Danya. I am a news reporter.
I Spy was able to determine what I said versus what AI created.
So this is basically saying that all of it was AI.
There are other AI detectors that can determine if writing or images are produced by humans or computers, but tech experts say it becomes harder as AI evolves.
It's a cat and mouse game.
Arun Ross is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Michigan State University.
If we can detect something that is synthetic today, we may not be able to use that same method to detect synthetic images or synthetic voices tomorrow, because AI can start producing images that are more realistic, that are more human-like.
Hey there.
Stahl says the app isn't always perfect, like the one time it thought my voice was AI generated.
Depending on where the source material is, we're in the high 90s.
But he says they continuously update the app to make sure it can detect the difference between what's fake
I am excited
and what's real.
but don't worry.
Stahl says he hopes the technology will eventually be used by telecom companies to help people determine if someone calling is real or AI generated, which is great. I mean, if you think about all the people who already fall for scams, because it's like the grandparent scam, right? You think your grandchild is calling, and it's only going to get worse.
It's interesting to me that you have to use the technology against itself.
Yeah.
Because I thought about that when this first came around. I said, how are we going to be able to tell this? And now they're using AI to see if it's AI. It's amazing.
It is amazing. I mean, we've talked about it so often. We want to see it for good, right? We want to see them use it for good things, like coming up with cures for things. But yeah, I never would have seen this reverse psychology on the system that we're using. But if it works, I guess.
What's scary for me is like the deep fake stuff. You know, you've seen all the stuff they've done with Tom Cruise's likeness and all
photos.
that. Yes, and now you add the AI to that. You could do a whole movie and it looks like all those stars are in it and there's not one of them in it. I mean, that's hard to believe.
And even just like some of the news clips you see on social media, you know, you make it look like Donald Trump or Joe Biden is saying something that they're actually not saying. I mean, it makes our job difficult, but I mean, that's where the verify comes into play, right? We're able to verify that kind of stuff.
Or
but
they can make
scary.
us say things.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, you have to
Like,
worry
AI,
about
don't do that, please.
Please don't. Please don't. All right, we'll be right back. really comfortable temperatures for us for the next several days. Really, the rainiest day for us is going to be Friday, because I'll tell you, I think Wednesday, Thursday, two of the best days. I mean, look at this, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 40s to start the day. According to this particular model, it looks like by about 1 p.m. we're already in the mid 60s. That's where we end up, mid to upper 60s tomorrow. More sun, fewer clouds. That's a beautiful Wednesday for us. And really, when you look at our wide shot with the satellite and radar, there's just nothing around. Big ridge of high pressure in control of our forecast for the next day or two. Now, the next weather maker for us will move in toward Friday. You can see that cold front digging to the south. There'll be rain developing ahead of that. This is about Thursday at 4 p.m. So we think we may see some clouds second half of the day, Thursday into Thursday night for sure. And then that rain, chances now on Friday are up 60% or greater for rain on Friday. But the weekend, it looks like it all leaves and clears out at pretty much just about the right time. Here's what our 7-day looks like. 68 and 69 with sunshine. That's a beautiful couple of days for Wednesday and Thursday. Overnight lows still comfortable in the mid to upper 40s. A mild overnight low Friday morning, but that's because of all the cloud cover. 51 degrees with a high of 67. That's a 50 to 60% chance of showers on Friday. Your weekend cooler but nice. Clearing on Saturday and 63, a sunny Sunday and 65. And next week we're still a little below normal but pleasant, 66, 67. That'll be for Monday, Tuesday with partly cloudy skies.
Oh, Halloween now just 2 weeks away. FrightFind.com released their newest list of the top haunts in each state. The site named Greensboro's Woods of Terror the spookiest in all of North Carolina. They say the attraction transcends the typical haunted spot to deliver an immersive theme park experience. Woods of Terror is open from 6:30 to 11 Fridays through Sundays.
Well, let's keep that spooky train going. What do you think is the most popular Halloween decoration?
I would say a witch.
I'm going jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, well, you guys are wrong. According to a new survey from Mebel Furniture, while pumpkins are the traditional symbol of autumn and Halloween, it's time to get those skeletons out of the closet. Pumpkins play second fiddle to other decorations in many East Coast states. The bare-boned appeal of skeletons has eclipsed the attraction of the trusty pumpkin. But on the West Coast, people haven't severed their ties just yet. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, their favorite decorations are spiders. I don't know about that.
Ugh.
Yeah. North Carolina's favorite was tombstones. So what is your guys's?
I like when people do dry ice and the smoke is coming out. So I love that.
Yeah, I'm always creeped out by the sensor ones.
Oh, yes.
They only do something when they sense something there in front of it.
The amount of times that I've been scared by those.
Yes.
I like the ghosts. I think they're just like cute, but also scary.
The sensor one that freaks me out is like the one that's on the hands and it starts crawling towards
God.
you. I hate those.
Or like the lean forward,
Yes.
you know?
We could never have those growing up because we had so many deer where I lived that the deer would set it off. Imagine freaking out a
Constantly.
deer like that.
We get that on
Poor
video.
deer,
You got something.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so I asked you on Facebook your favorite part of Halloween. Lots of different answers here. Jay Eanes, and I kind of agree with this. Watching all the scary movies. I love that. Sharon said the crisp air, the coloring of the leaves, and the smell in the air. Best season and holiday of them all. Mila says, I love seeing how excited my kids get. It's just so magical for the little kids to dress up. That is true. Betty says, no one comes here. We live at the top of the mountain, and people think our house is haunted, so I don't buy any candy. She said one person did come last year, but they left when they saw a big spider on our front porch making a web. Jamie says, what's the best part of Halloween? For it to be over so I can put up my Christmas tree. I love the no one comes here.
No, and the spider scared them. Like that was a part of the decor,
Yeah.
right?
So my neighborhood, we all the parents kind of wander around and talk while the kids trick or treat, and my neighborhood's like a dead end, so the kids can go and we can kind of feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
And so the parents are wandering around, but we put a big bowl out with the please take 3 pieces or whatever, and one year they took our entire bowl, and it was like
Bowl and all.
Leslie had bought this really nice ceramic bowl. They took the bowl and
So
all
they
the
just
candy.
grabbed it and took it.
The whole thing.
So you're gonna do that again this year?
Yes.
What's your address?
We got them on camera though. We did.
There's
but we
gonna be
never-
footage of Chad just running away.
Oh,
with these
now
little-
that would be. Like,
I'll put a mask
please
on.
do it, just
Yeah.
and then take it off and wave.
I really like the day after Halloween when all the candy goes on sale at the store.
And it comes in our newsroom. Have you noticed how many people bring their leftovers into the newsroom?
Wait, what?
Oh, every
I didn't
year.
realize that. Maybe it was I mornings at that point? Maybe.
It puts Blair's little bowl to shame. Now it's just like bowls
it's
everywhere.
just everywhere.
Yes.
What about you?
What?
Your favorite?
My
Part
favorite.
of Halloween.
All of it, literally. It's so fun.
I love
I don't
Halloween.
know. I like the spooky scare houses. You guys don't like them, so I see the reactions on your faces. But
You do Woods of Terror for us. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
In.
Deal. We'll do
Deal.
that.
Mic check, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Welcome back to the 4 to 5. I'm Chad Silber, and they have put me in charge of introducing today.
That's right.
This is Eric Chilton.
I'm gonna do what Chad does.
That's Hunter
I feel
Funk.
like I have to creepy wave now. You know? Hey, how's it going?
I like to do that thing.
Does that mean I have to say something about weather?
It's kind of spooky outside.
Spooky.
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
It is. And the clouds are now starting to roll it. Yeah, we're in good shape though for tomorrow. Temperatures are good for 2 days. Friday's our rainy day. We'll talk about that in a minute.
All right.
Awesome. Looking at your headlines now, President Biden leaves for the Middle East soon to show support for Israel and to address the growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
The visit comes ahead of Israel's likely ground invasion of the Hamas-controlled territory in response to its barbaric attack on Israel 10 days ago.
Gaza's health ministry says hundreds taking shelter at a Gaza City hospital were killed in an Israeli airstrike today. As Israel continues bombing the Hamas-controlled territory, Palestinians scramble to rescue children following an airstrike in the southern Gaza town of Rafah. It's an area where Israel told civilians to go after evacuating from the north. CBS News Gaza producer Marwan El Ghul describes what he saw.
I saw dozens of killed people and dozens of injuries.
Israel says it was targeting Hamas hideouts and command centers. The attacks came amid a growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Food and other supplies are dwindling, with aid stuck at the border with Egypt.
Safe zones.
A top Israeli official said Tuesday the country wants to make sure the aid doesn't end up in the hands of Hamas. He also suggested the aid may be tied to the release of hostages taken by Hamas. 21-year-old Mia Shim is seen here in images from a Hamas propaganda video.
I didn't know if she's dead or alive until yesterday. I'm begging the world to bring my baby back home.
The Israeli army released video it says is of the airstrike in central Gaza that killed a senior Hamas commander, the most high-profile member of the group killed in the war so far.
And Israel says it is investigating the rocket that hit the Gaza City hospital, whether it was an Israeli missile or a possible failed Hamas rocket.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup now. In Washington, House lawmakers are attempting to appoint a new speaker today, but so far, no luck. This afternoon, Republicans failed to get enough votes to approve Representative Jim Jordan. He fell short of the required 217 votes and collected even fewer votes than the Democrats' nominee Hakeem Jeffries. Jordan says he is not giving up. Keep in mind, it took more than a dozen votes to approve former Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
Zipcar is facing a $300,000 fine. U.S. regulators say the car-sharing company allowed customers to rent vehicles with open and unrepaired recalls between 2017 and 2018, which violates federal laws. Half of the fine is expected up front under a consent order that the company agreed to. Zipcar must also submit an audit of all of its cars with open recalls and update its employee training materials.
Actors and union leaders have now been on strike for 93 days. Some of them held a rally in Atlanta yesterday to highlight changes they want to see. The union says it tried negotiating with film CEOs last week, but it didn't work. The union says negotiations and striking will continue.
Researchers are launching a study focusing on breast cancer deaths in Black women. They say Black women are more likely to die from breast cancer than white women and tend to be diagnosed younger. Researchers are encouraging eligible Black women to participate in the study. The trial needs 38,000 women to reach its goal of 128,000. There's participating locations in Winston-Salem, Chapel Hill, Durham, and Hillsborough. You can go to our website on your screen that you're looking at right now for more information.
Health experts are driving home the importance of safety around the house. The University of Pittsburgh has deployed a mobile safety van to better educate families about the childhood dangers that could be within reach.
Checking out this mobile safety van is a little bit like looking at your home.
It's really cute. It looks like a little house on wheels.
And that's the point. With things you typically see in a house, like stairs and a sink, show how accidents can happen anywhere, at any time.
Unfortunately, injury is the leading cause of death and disability for children.
Every year, 3.5 million children end up in the emergency room for injuries that happen around the home, and 2,200 die. Suffocation, drowning, and burns are the leading causes of unintentional death in the home.
One thing that we really recommend with families is crawling around your home on your hands and knees so you can see what your child has access to.
The University of Pittsburgh Medical Center took its safety tips on the road after learning families struggled to make it to their safety center.
Our original plan was we'll do one program a month in the community, so 12 a year. We did 40 programs in the first 3 months because the community loved it.
Chris Vitale is the center's injury prevention program manager.
We give them information that they may not have already heard. And a lot of families will tell us these are things that they didn't even know existed.
She says kids not only have fun with the van, they're also like sponges.
What makes them all safe in this picture?
Wearing seatbelts.
Yes, you are the best! And a lot of the times become the teacher in the family.
The medical center says the van often goes to churches, schools, and community events.
Temperature is pretty comfortable right now. They'll drop off fairly quickly, though. We do see a few extra clouds starting to roll in, but for the most part, these are good temperatures. 63 in Greensboro, 64 in Burlington and High Point. A string of cities with low to mid 60s right now. It's kind of the consensus. For your Wednesday, though, we'll drop down to the 40s for overnight lows. That means that's what you'll experience tomorrow morning. And then clear skies, lots of sunshine, mid to upper 60s, depending on where you live, but that is a comfortable day and probably a repeat on Thursday. So Wednesday, Thursday, in my opinion, two of the best days. Maybe Thursday night, we might add a couple clouds to the mix. Definitely on Friday, though. That's our rainiest day with about a 50 to 60% chance of showers. Really, the only rainy day that we see in the entire 7 day. That's a look at a live satellite and radar combo, and there's just not much happening thanks to that big ridge of high pressure. Now, look on the left side of your screen. You see the approaching cold front here. This is Wednesday night. Now, there's Thursday morning. Obviously, a few clouds will develop ahead of that on Thursday, especially going into the evening hours, and then that rain on Friday. 50% chance of rain. Highs are going to stay in the mid to upper 60s, though, through Friday. For your weekend, we'll clear out on the back side of that front and get a little bit cooler. 63 on Saturday, 65, partly cloudy Sunday. And for next week, that's not bad. Still below our normal of 71, but 67 Monday, partly cloudy. Tuesday, mostly sunny and 66.
Well, the basketball season is rapidly approaching, and this new season marks a new era for the North Carolina A&T men's basketball team.
So I'm excited. I'm very excited. Every time you get to this time of the year, it's very exciting to me, and especially now on a new journey and a new challenge, it's even more exciting. Our guys are playing hard. Our guys are really competing against one another. Our guys are really trying to do the things that we're asking them to do to be a good program. That's one of the things that, culture-wise, what we're trying to do is build a culture of doing the right thing, whether it be on the court, off the court, in the classroom, socially, on campus, whatever it is. We want to build a culture of doing the right thing, and they've taken to that. It's not lost on us as a staff that we've got guys that are quote-unquote A&T guys. They want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They understand. We talked to them about the history of A&T, the Corbett years, and I always like to tell them that they're the latest to wear the uniform. They're not the greatest. There were people ahead of them that built this thing brick by brick that allows us to have a lot of advantages that we have right now. But, we brought in a group that understands that buys into that, and they've been a joy to coach. I think we're going to play hard. I think we're going to be disciplined. I think it's going to be a fun style. We like to get up and down. We like to play fast, but at the same time, we don't want to turn the ball over. We want to take care of the ball, but we want to take care of each other. But, it's always going to come back to how good we are defensively.
A&T tips off regular season play November 6th at Pittsburgh, and then they'll meet up with UNCG November 11th here at the Greensboro Coliseum. Coach Ross and the Aggies will make their home debut at Corbett Sports Center December 2nd against the Citadel.
Thanks, Jalen. Check this out. Baseball and softball, cricket, lacrosse, squash, and flag football. Those are the 5 new sports that have been added to the 2028 Summer Olympic Games in Los Angeles. It will be the first time that flag football and squash will be at the Olympic Games. The International Olympic Committee explained adding the sports required several different criteria, including looking at their popularity in the U.S. and worldwide. Flag football and baseball could put NFL and MLB players on the Olympic stage in 5 years' time. Some, like NFL wide receiver Tyreek Hill, have already started recruiting for flag football. Philadelphia Phillies first baseman Bryce Harper spoke about baseball coming to the Olympics.
You talk about growing the game, and that's the way you grow to the highest peak. You let guys that are playing in the league take that break, just like in the NHL. And see what happens. I mean, I think it'd be really cool. I would love to put USA on my chest and represent it at the highest level.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool, but my biggest question for you guys, when is pickleball gonna hit the Olympics?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
It will not surprise me. The popularity of that sport is through the roof.
I know. I wonder what goes into figuring out which sport is popular enough or long-lasting enough to make it to the Olympics.
Yeah, like what's the research behind it?
Some
Is it just a
metrics,
poll
yeah.
on Facebook or?
I mean, if you think about it, baseball has been around for
centuries.
I mean, it's crazy, and it hasn't ever been in the Olympics. But I wonder if just not enough countries play baseball.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would think baseball to me is like the number one, most likely, I would think, because it has been around for so long. But you're right. What metrics do you use? They must look at participation of that sport in all the major countries. They have to.
So I'm saying pickleball is
I think
popular,
you're
so we
right.
gotta bring it in.
It's already a thing now. You can watch it on ESPN. There were people that are sponsored that play pickleball, just like cornhole is.
A friend of mine was just in on a show, a pickleball challenge. Like it's a reality show.
Oh, what? Really?
Which is crazy, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of cool.
That's very cool. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hey, mic check, mic check. Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination.
All right, today is the day I want to take you down memory lane and see if you can identify a few of these items.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay, we are ready. Here we go. All right, so the first piece of video What are these?
Oh, floppy disks.
Floppy disks.
They are floppy disks. We don't really have them around anymore, do we?
No.
I used to love those.
And yet, okay. So now, what is this right here?
A file.
That's a
box.
Rolodex.
File folder.
It's a Rolodex. It's a business card Rolodex. Does anybody have one of those anymore?
Nope, but I remember them.
And yet they used to be like on everybody's desk. I mean, that's just what you had. So some people may still have a few of these things lying around, but most people just have, like, their information in email or on the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right? I mean, we
100%.
don't really do that anymore. Technology just changes how we live and what we need. And that includes DVDs.
No.
It does.
So sad.
So, Best Buy is going to stop selling DVD movies by early next year. The statement that Best Buy gave out said, to state the obvious, the way we watch movies and TV shows is much different today than it was decades ago. Making this change gives us more space and opportunity to bring customers new and innovative tech for them to explore, discover, and enjoy. All right.
I'm surprised that they still sell them, honestly.
Really?
I am too.
Yeah.
You see them? I still see them in Target and stuff, but
Red
we don't
box.
even have. We could only watch it on our Xbox. Would be the only. We don't have a DVD player.
You don't have a
anymore.
DVD player.
I have a
you?
DVD player that's stuck in a drawer somewhere. It's
Okay.
it's not even on display.
I have an old TV that still got it, so
Yeah.
I keep that around, I guess. But
Okay. They're still going to sell the video game DVDs. So for all the gamer people out there, that's going to happen. So with that big chain stopping to sell that item, does that mean that there won't be any of the DVDs sold somewhere?
I think it'll be sold somewhere, like a
Yeah.
nostalgia kind of thing.
oh no, what is it?
No.
I'm just saying. Okay, for example, there's a mom and pop shop in Minnesota. It's called Mr. Zero's. Look at all the stuff that he has. He has VHS. He has DVDs. Now, granted, this is his business, but he says don't count out physical media. Here's why.
Getting physical media is not going to be as difficult as it sounds. You're just not going to go to Best Buy anymore. There is an absolute need for physical media. Now, is that need going to grow over the next few years? Probably not. But there's always going to be a demographic that wants to buy these things.
There's always going to be a demographic that wants to buy these things.
I mean, from a nostalgia standpoint. But vinyl came back. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the new generation that's really into this, retro, which I guess DVDs now can be thrown in
retro,
there too.
sure. Now, there's also someone that I listen to all the time on a local radio station who keeps DVDs because he's like, if my internet stops working, I still want to be able to watch a movie,
Oh,
or I still want to be
interesting.
able to watch whatever it is that I would binge watch if I was home for winter time or something like that, like a snow day.
Well, what if you download it?
It doesn't matter if your internet's not working that day.
Well, no,
you
if
don't
it's-
actually own it, do
If
you?
you have the entire movie on your hard drive, but how many people
On your
do
hard
that?
drive.
Yeah, and you
that
can only
doesn't
do so
happen.
much. You're right.
That doesn't happen. So I don't know. Maybe the DVDs still have a life. Do you have a use for the DVDs? You can join the conversation. It's on my Facebook page. Maybe one day that won't be there either.
That's right. It's true.
That's
Something
so
to be in
sad.
our mind.
You know, look at the breakdown for tomorrow, and that is a nice day. And we start out chilly. It'll be in the 40s tomorrow morning, so think about that when you're getting the kiddos ready, because you'll definitely need a jacket. End of the day, mid to upper 60s, so an approaching 70 in the southern Piedmont. Really comfortable. We think there'll be a good amount of sunshine too. Wednesday ends up being a great day. Thursday probably just as nice, maybe even a degree warmer. More likely to see a stray 70 on Thursday. Now things start to change though as we head into Thursday night. Now we're not seeing anything now. I mean, that is a live satellite and radar combination, and you just don't see anything much in the way of heavy cloud cover. That'll be the case for the next couple of days. Right now we see some cloud cover, but it's low clouds. And what we'll see as we head into tomorrow, a decent day, then some clouds develop second half of the day, Thursday, ahead of the next front that moves through. So the 7-day forecast does show that rain on your Friday. That would be a 50% chance of rain, and we stay in the upper 60s, a little below our normal of 71. The weekend clearing and cooler on Saturday, 63, sunny, partly cloudy, 65, and still comfortable Monday and Tuesday of next week. Pleasant, partly cloudy to mostly sunny, 67 on Monday and 66 on Tuesday. Well, with the temperatures dropping this week, you may have a stuffy nose or a cough. Some people are wondering, does the change in weather actually make you sick? Our sister station in Charlotte clarifies.
It's time to pull out the sweaters and warm clothes as we are really feeling those fall temperatures. But some people are asking, does the change in weather increase your chances of getting sick? Our sources, cardiologist Dr. Paul Coley, family physician Dr. Carla Robinson, and the Cleveland Clinic. Both Dr. Robinson and Dr. Coley agree the change in temperature doesn't make you sick, but it can boost your odds of catching a virus.
Just a temperature change in and of itself is not enough to make you ill. You have to, in fact, be exposed to a virus.
The Cleveland Clinic says there are three main factors that increase illness during weather changes: drier air, the cold temperatures, and exposure.
What happens when the weather gets colder? The air gets a lot drier, which means that when we inhale that dry air, we can be more dehydrated. That can affect our immune function. Our mucous membranes, which are sort of our first line of immunity, all the linings of our lungs, our nose, our mouth, those can start to crack.
Dr. Coley says those cracks can allow bacteria and viruses to get into your body.
And what else happens when it's cold out? We all tend to sort of congregate indoors. Their exposure to other people can go up.
According to Dr. Coley, viruses also survive better in the cooler temperatures.
So anytime there's a large swing in ambient temperature and ambient humidity, or even in the pressure outside, the barometric pressure outside, it can cause biological changes in our body.
So we can verify that, yes, a quick change in weather can increase your chances of getting sick, although the temperature change by itself won't give you a cold. The Cleveland Clinic says some ways to avoid getting sick: stay warm, stay hydrated, get enough rest, and boost your immune system with vaccines.
Bennett College is a smaller university. School leaders say they have about 200.
Hey there, 1, 2, 3. I have my button. Look out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Hi, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico.
Idaho, Indiana, Oklahoma. I'm just going to say other states because I don't know them. That was my competition. I got nothing.
Tom needs to be groomed. He has long hair. Check.
Time for my 2 cents, and today we're talking about friendship. We all know how important our friends are, and you have those special friends too that have been in your life a long time. Well, I have one special friend named Rick, and he and I decided to do just a guy's getaway, just a 1 weekend trip, to, believe it or not, to New York City. So here we are, and we decided that we were going to pick out some of the best restaurants, the best food, the best drinks that we could find, and just kind of eat and drink our way through Manhattan, getting only the best of the best. Such good food, as you all know, in New York City. But I just have to say, spending time with someone like this and sharing these experiences is something that you'll never forget. Yes, sometimes these trips can be spontaneous and sometimes they can cost a little extra money, but as my wife has taught me over the years, what we do in our lives is not about the things we own or the things we buy, but it's about our experiences. And sharing this with someone who you consider to be a true friend is like no other experience you'll get. So my advice to you is to do this. Take the time, just a weekend, or sometimes it's just a day, a full day. Spend it with one of your best friends, because those memories last a lifetime. And Rick and I took a huge bite out of the Big Apple. If you fly into New York now and you see little teeth prints around the edge, you'll know it's because I was there with Rick. That's just my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5 WFMY News 2 at 5 starts now.
A crash on Highway 29 in High Point is causing some major